Hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. We're getting rain. We're getting soaked. I was kind enough to put on a clean t-shirt for this video, but I've been out here working all morning in the rain, getting soaked and gross, and it's wonderful. You work out everything that you're thinking, but this is my thinking spot. My genealogy is my escape spot, and this is my heavy-duty thinking spot. And I want to talk to you about a couple things because, you know, as we've gotten back into the groove in recent weeks, making a lot of videos and doing what we do, I feel like I have a little bit of a different crowd, and I really am enjoying it. And let me tell you why. Because we've made an active decision as a family and as a homesteading family and a homeschooling family to get away from crazy town. And I want to encourage you to get away from crazy town. I'm going to be very bold in saying that I don't see it really that much anymore because I hit not interested, or I unfollow, or, you know, I unsubscribe, or all of these things to people that want to lie to you, scare you, manipulate you. I just, you know, and you know, when your gut, after time, and you sit there and you're like, that's BS. If you think it's BS, then you need to get away from the BS. And let me tell you why. Now, people can come and go and do and watch and be and say whatever they want. That's not my business. But I am going to say here on my channel that, you know, in recent years in the homesteading community, we talk about personal skills, and a lot of us talk about preparedness. Preparedness for various things. Okay, that can be a winter storm. That can be a job loss. Bona fide truth there. What I don't want to participate in, and what I'm not going to participate in, is scaring the bejesus out of you, manipulating you to thinking that the world is going to end in an hour. It may end in an hour. I believe that. I mean, it very well could. I don't control that. But here's what I want to stress to you today, and this is the difference in my family, and it's an evolution. It's an evolution because we're getting older. We've had health issues. I'm watching elders in my family become ill, and you know, I have become, in a sense, a caretaker for my husband. You know, I'm watching my children grow up, and I'm also, like I said, a caretaker for elders in the family. If you are in your, this varies person to person, but I will tell you, it is true. And we all know this is coming. Do you understand what I'm saying? We all know there's going to come a point in our life where you go, dang it, I'm getting old. Now, it doesn't mean we're doing less. In fact, it's stirred up some pretty deep conversations here at our house. I asked my husband, I said, do you think we're homesteading less? He said, no, we're homesteading more, but you're homesteading in a different capacity. You're working more with animals than you did your garden this year. It varies year to year, okay? And it's all about what is important to you. But let me tell you what should be the most important thing to you. That is your mental health. Please, and I'm not talking about things in which you have been diagnosed with. I'm not talking about mental illness per se. I'm not talking about diseases. Obviously, those things. I'm talking about your stress level. I'm talking about your confidence level. I'm talking about your ability to do. Because let me tell you right now, okay? It doesn't matter how many prepper channels you watch and how many rants on politics, religion, and the end of time and doomsday you watch. Because it's not going to matter how many cases of prepped foods and how much ammunition you have and how many skills you have if you're crazier than a Cocoa Puff. Because let me tell you right now, that's going to be the first thing that you lose. No one that is living today, in my personal opinion, or very few that are living, I doubt they're watching this video, have ever experienced the trauma that people saw 200 years ago, 150 years ago, 75 years ago. Very few. And the difference in them getting through, and a lot of them didn't, But the reason Mamaw and great-great-granny made it through is because I firmly believe they did not have the pressures and the falsehoods that we see today because they were not on social media. Yes, they had propaganda. Yes, there were liars and cheats then too. Don't get me started. You know what I'm saying. But what I'm telling you is, I think there is an added pressure to ourselves as adults, and we know it's to our young ones, to our teenagers. We see bullying on a level that we've never seen before. I can watch 55-year-old women, 65-year-old women fight on Facebook and bully people. And I'm telling you, I sit there and I look at that and I go, you're older than my mother and you're behaving this way. Now, did the church ladies fight in church on Sundays about their casseroles and what the deacon did? Yes. But it's different now. Because that brings a level of this crazy town to us that on a day-to-day basis, we really didn't see. We saw it on Sunday or at the, church play, or, unfortunately, when someone in the family passed, something might have happened or whatever. But I am encouraging you to listen to what I'm saying, because this is a whole experience with our life. We're not doing less, but there are times we make decisions to do things that feed our hearts and our minds and our souls more. You have to work your farm, you have to work your body, you've got to work your skills, and you've got to teach your children. But please take the time to get away from, stop watching, don't associate. Make a conscious effort to say, I'm not being mean, but I'm saving my mind. I've watched people fall away from me in my life, and I've seen people come in and things change. And I'm using so much more discernment now. Discernment in terms of who are your friends? Who are you spending your time with? Where are you spending your time? We want to concentrate on the things that matter here. Stability, real skills. And we moved here to teach our children. I don't expect my children to milk a cow every day, but they could if they had to. That was the whole point of this. And so we share our journey, but I get frustrated because I get a lot of questions. I know some folks right now, personally know them. This is not a YouTube channel. I know someone personally. Great people. They can't rub two dimes together if they had to. And the first thing they go and do, and I told them not to, is they go and buy a bunch of farm animals. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't mean that. That is said with love. You do not need to add things to your life, to your stress level, to your finances, and to your farm if you can't make it today. Work with what you've got. In terms of the community changes and the ideas of preparedness and all of these things, folks, I encourage it 100%. Okay? Absolutely. Because that's being smart. But what I don't want you to do is to come here and to ever feel a pressure with these things and to feel like I'm not going to play the boogeyman with you, and I'm not going to serve you Kool-Aid to drink either. And I think that it's shameful when these things happen. It doesn't need to happen because it adds an internal stress to a community that I continue to say is the backbone of our society, the farmers and the homesteaders and the grass-rooted people that understand history. Do you understand your history? So focus on your mental health. Focus on being less stressed, eating a little bit better. Maybe going to church. Maybe going to the mountains today. Turn off your phone. Turn it off. Speak with those that are meaningful to you, as opposed to those that bring drama and controversy. Those things compound everything that you do. And so when a moment comes, and it can be a variety of issues, it can be your child got in a car wreck, it could be your husband has a heart attack, it could be like I said before, a job loss, whatever. If you're grounded in where you need to be, you're going to be able to handle that day of doom for you better than if you haven't taken care of your mind and your heart. Haven't had a rant in a while. This isn't really a rant. These are things I think about and have been thinking about. And I get on social media and I'm like, would you stop? I mean, I want views too. But, I mean, really? And furthermore, for the love of God, this is supposed to be a community of sustainability and self-preparedness. When we become adults and we take on being adults and having children, you must be prepared for anything. Hope this video finds you well. Be interesting to see what you have to say. I know. I'm making a video on how not to be stressed, and then I talk about something stressful. Hey, I feel better. Right? Okay. Winter is coming. We're ready for it. Here, and here. We'll see you on the next video.